So I'm doing crochet, right? And this is my client. This is my lovely client. This is her third time coming to me. Crochet. We're doing curly. Let me see. We're doing this crochet. What's the heck? She's using only 2 packs. This, I think it's Viso. Can you see it? So we're doing crochet. In order to do crochet, I prefer to start right around the perimeter. I don't like to pull the hair from the edge. You know how some people have a hair that started from the back. They braid their hair started from the back. But normally when you're doing hair, you have to start right where the hair start from. You have to start it right there. You don't have to pull and come here before you can begin your cornrow. The cornrow should begin from right by the perimeter. Now pull, because when you're doing that, you're causing a breakage for the client's hair. So this technique, you can use it on any type of hair, whether it's thin, thick, or soft. So it's a protective hairstyle. I recommend this for anyone that have thick hair that's thinking of keeping their hair healthier. This is how you do. And then when I'm doing this, right, I like to do this because you can see her perimeter. This is her third time. She was referred to me by one of my clients, and she loved it. It's doing good for her. And also, natural hair is dry, right? Most people think to keep their hair healthy, they have to put a lot of cream in their hair or grease in their hair. You do not need that because naturally, you can see natural hair. Our hair, we have a curly hair, which is super curl. Some people call it nappy. I don't like the word nappy. It's curly. I mean, it's super curly hair. So naturally, we have an oil in our natural hair. And the reason why our natural hair stay dry is because the hair is curl, right? In order for the oil to penetrate all the way down, the hairs have to be super straight. Just like some people have super straight hair, it's not like our type of hair. It's easy for the oil to kind of come down, right? Right? Kind of drip down, right. Kind of, yes. But because we have curly hair, it takes time to go through the curl. So that's why we normally have a dry hair. Now, if you want to keep your hair moisture, moisture, is it moisturized? No, not moisturized. To keep your hair moisture, you have to use water. Now, this is my water here. Nothing else. No oil. I like to use water. The water will keep it nice. It's also keep it away from being dry, which is, we all know the symbol of water, H2O. The symbol of chemical, H2O2, right? Mm-hmm. So you need water in your hair to keep your hair nice and soft instead of dry, because some people come on dry hair and you hear the noise and it's breaking. So that irritates me when I see people begin their hair. First of all, instead of tease you the hair, can you see it's black? Now, most people think this is tangle. I mean, it's not tangle. What it's doing is just that because it's super curly, so you have to tease the hair out. Here you go. You tease it, right? But don't comb on dry hair. You always want to comb in on what? Moisture. So you have to keep it sprayed, a little water, just like this. Can you see what I'm doing? And you walk your way through. You keep going. See, it's not breaking. It's not making no noise. Again, I'm going to show you again. Here you go. It's black. Can you see the blackness? No, don't pull. You have to tease this hair out. Just tease it out. Keep teasing. See? See? Just walk your way through. That's all. So you see people begin their hair. They put this little comb and put it here and pull. What you're doing, you breaking your hair. So this is for everyone who's trying to do crochet on client's hair or soft hair or any type of hair for that matter. So that's my advice for everyone. Okay? You have anything to say? Do you have a question to ask me?
Um, so you're saying that to start from the perimeter. So how can you get your edges to grow back?
Well, in order to get your edges to grow back, first of all, when you do crochet or in braid, don't keep it in too long. Grease your hair every 4 days. I recommend
Put grease or
no,
moisture?
no. Not moist. Grease your scalp,
Oh,
not
grease
your
the
hair.
scalp. Oh.
Grease your scalp every 4 days, not your hair, because you know your hair is already braided.
Right.
So that your hair doesn't stay super dry. It's like treat your hair like you taking care of your flower or grass. You have to what? Water the grass, right? Or the flower, whatever you have. The same way when you eat, you have to drink water.
Yes.
Otherwise, what's gonna happen? You'll be constipated. So you drink water, and that's the same way. Keep drinking water. Stay away from sugar. Any kind of drink that has so much sugar in it. Also grease the scalp every 4 days, and don't keep the hair in for too long.
Too long. Okay.
Okay. And I also recommend when you take your hair out, don't go back and put braid in your hair immediately. No, I do not recommend that. And this is the reason why. Once you keep doing that, you over process in your hair. It's just like chemical. Although you don't have a chemical in your hair, right?
Right.
But it's just the same thing. You take your hair out, straight you went back in and put the braid back in. You got to leave your hair, give a break to your hair. Let it breathe. Do treatment, some kind of treatment, deep conditioner, oil, deep conditioner, and also oil treatment.
So do you recommend just changing the styles of your hair, like braid?
Yes, I recommend to change the style of the hair. Don't keep doing the same kind of style. Okay. It's just like, again, I repeat, you eat the same kind of food. You don't eat different food, you keep eating the same kind of food. It's not healthy for you. So the same thing when you're taking care of your hair. Now you do crochet going back, right? We keep doing going back. You come back another time. We keep doing going back.
Right.
You have to find your way. It's like a, how you call it, clockwise. You have to change the style.
Right.
You don't have to keep doing this all the time. Because what you're doing, you're putting pressure every time. And you're pulling it's not pulling, but I don't recommend, because the way I'm doing the technique I use, see, it started right there. So I recommend for all my clients, change your style every time. And make sure before you come back, you give a break for 2 good weeks or 3 weeks if you can. Then come back again. That's how you keep your hair healthy. But most people don't do that. I want my hair right now. I can't go to work. I understand. But every woman needs to have a 3 weeks at home. Straight, curl, and what else? Kinky curl. Kinky curl. Have 3 in case, if you don't want to get your hair done, to give some break to your hair, do treatment under your wig, wear a wig, let it breathe for 3 weeks, then come back.
I will be doing that.
That's what you do. You need almost 3 weeks at home. Every woman need to have. Even if you don't need 3 weeks, start it with 1. Start it with 1. And you see, believe me, it's the best. It doesn't break. You see what I'm doing now? I'm starting right by the perimeter. Right by the edge. The edge started from here, but what caused the problem here? What's the problem?
I don't know. It's just so thin.
So now, I started doing her hair. This is my 3rd time, right? And this is how
First
I
time
started.
Was a braid.
So I was asking her what happened, because naturally I would start the hair right here. And this is what happened when you're doing cornrow. You're pulling away from the perimeter. Then you start doing the hair from the back. It's not good. Yeah. Yeah. What? I think I'm gonna cut it and go back on it. So right now we thought that we are doing crochet, right? But my client bought the wrong hair. She bought a weave hair. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to weave the back. I put a net right on top of it to protect her hair. So what I'm doing, whether I'm doing crochet or weave, I always sew it on top of the net, not on top of the hair. So it's a protective hairstyle with the net. Now, in case you want to clean the hair, you can also clean it as well. Wash the hair. Now it's a weave. I thought that she bought a crochet hair. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to sew the back and right the perimeter. I will crochet right here by taking this width. I will take this out and then just use the hair and crochet right on top of it. That's what we are doing now. Now just watch. See, I'm only crocheting right on top of the net. Is it hurting you? You have any question?
No, it's not hurting.
Okay. So
you can do both.
Yeah, you can do both.
Mix, yeah. Crochet and a weave.
You can do crochet and a weave. Right there. So I don't like to call the piece the width. I like to kind of fold it like this, but you have to have a way to, when you fold it, it doesn't give you the bump. It gotta be smooth. See, that's what we're doing. It's a nice piece. Nice human hair. So when I told you to grease your scalp,
right?
I don't know what kind of bottle do you have, like for your scalp. Is it the spray bottle? Or...
I have to get some.
Okay.
If you would recommend.
I recommend to get the spray one. The reason why, because the net, you can just lift up your hair and then make sure you get close to the net, and then you spray the oil through. But make sure it's not a heavy oil. It's just like, it gotta be super light like this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not heavy. And you spray on it. I would prefer to give you, what bottle? I have the bottle somewhere. I can't even see it anymore. I think I have it somewhere. I have it somewhere. It's two. Let me see the other one. It's not tight, right?
No, not really.
Yeah. I'm not sewing on top of your hair. Sewing right there. get it close so you guys can see what I'm doing. All right. Really hard. That's right here. Just pick on the top of the net like that. Right? Keep pulling. Like that. Like that. That's on my net. See what I'm doing? Right there. Right? Go back. See what I'm doing? Picking up the net, trying to seal it. But the wealth, now I'm sealing it now, right? Right. You can go back in here. And you fold it again. Fold it. Like that. Right.
Now, Rashida, tell me how to maintain it. What do I do to keep it looking fresh?
You don't just do much with this to make it fresh. As long as you have good hair, it's a good hair. Don't put oil on top of this hair, because when you do it, it's gonna weigh down the hair. It's gonna be flat. You want the hair to stay nice and bouncy. Not just stay there like a statue. You know how some people, they do hair and it just stay one place. It doesn't have a nice bounce to it. You see how it's bouncing now. You don't want to put oil on this hair. Just take care of the scalp, and then when you go to sleep, put a nice cap, a sleeping cap on it, and that's it. You don't need much.
Okay.
That's it.
But just make sure I oil my scalp.
Make sure every 4 days. Remember how you taking care of your grass.
Right.
You have to water your grass, right? Otherwise, what's gonna happen? Oh, flowers. It's gonna die, right?
Right.
So the same way. Same thing. You okay?
Oh,
so
yes,
far?
I'm good.
I like it. I like the hair and the weave. That's also, I didn't think about it. I should even make a weave to save your money. You know, once you use this, especially if you buy good hair, it's better to buy weave, and we weave the back, right?
Okay.
And then the most important is the front.
Right.
Right? The back is still important, but the front is where you do the crochet that people can see. Because when you do crochet anyway, it's still gonna be the same.
Same.
Yep.
It seems like the crochet, it doesn't make it look like you have a big bump or something, as opposed to when you do a weave.
No, weave don't give you bump either.
Yeah, I guess it depends on who does it.
Yeah, it doesn't give. If it give bump, that means they did the cornrow too big, super big, and you feel in the bump. And me personally, I don't like to cut the width because I want you to reuse it. I don't want the weave to stay in pieces when you're removing your hair. I like to keep it long the way you know, the way you bring it, to bring the hair. I want to keep it the same way, but once you start cutting in pieces, it's not good. In order to replace it and put it back in order, you have to keep it straight. So now I'm coming back here, right? Right here. I like to use my finger to control how I'm sewing. So here you go. Can you see? Oops. Okay. You alright?
It's good.
I haven't started killing you yet, right?
No, it's fine.
Now come back here. Now I am thinking to cut it because I have to keep the longer length to the, you know, to use when I get to the front, because she bought different length, one 14 and one is 12. So I'm using the 14 in the back, but I have to keep a little bit, you know, save some so we can use it in the front, because I can't use the shorter length in the front. I have to use the longer length right here because it's too short. The 12 inches is too short. So I'm gonna bust that.